Look at all. I've recently rebuilt my aviary, so let's have a bit of a tour of it. I've only got the two birds in there at the moment, a couple of zebra finches, which I'll take in shortly and introduce you. But this is my aviary. The idea will be to have veggies growing in the little garden bed here. That's the aviary. So let's go inside and have a proper look at it and introduce you to the birds. And I'll explain a little bit of what we've got too. So, double door here. There's my two little zebra finches. So double door. Moving on into the aviary itself. Just bear with me. There's that. Okay, so there's the little zebra finches. The male and female. The kids have named Xavier and Zoe. But let's have a look at the setup of the aviary itself. I've paved around the outside just to make it a little bit easier for cleaning and so on. But in the middle I've got a very coarse mulch, and the idea with the coarse mulch is when the seed husks fall down out of the seed hopper here, it's just a matter of very easily scratching up the mulch. The seed husks go into the ground, and there's actually a lot of worms living in this mulch, and they'll help to get it all into the ground, and any seed that does fall should sprout, and the birds will enjoy eating that. I've planted some winter grass in here. That's actually growing in here. These are all just seed heads that I've pulled in to feed the birds. Just some herbs that I had in the veggie garden, grass. I've got some potted plants. That's what is that? It's a I can't even think of what that is now. I've got a mental blank. This is just a ficus tree that I've had in a pot for years. Decided to move that in here, and as you can see, the two finches are very happy in it. That's just a seedling apricot. A few cuttings out of the garden down here, geraniums, wormwood, some succulents there and there, and the bird's nest fern I've transplanted in here. That should go quite well in here, I'm hoping. And I'll just explain why I've set up the aviary as I have. I've quite deliberately left no perches over the water bowls so the water doesn't get fouled by the birds, and left all the perches in the main area around the edges of the aviary. Nothing really going through the middle of the aviary. That leaves the flight area nice and open, apart from the seed hopper, but as you can see, it's only a small aviary, so space is somewhat limited. In this area here I've got a couple of old hollow logs, or one hollow log that's been split, and I'm hoping the birds will start nesting in them. And I've just stuck a pile of cuttings from trees out the front and in my yard behind this metal here. I'm hoping the birds will nest in here, and I've got a nest box up here, but for the most part I've kept it as natural as I could. I didn't really want to have man-made stuff in here as much as possible, so hoping the birds sort of get the idea and nest in there. The only perches I've got in the middle of the aviary are down quite low, just to keep the main flight area open, but still to provide some perching in the middle here. I've seen them perching on this main log here, and they quite enjoy it. This little frame here, this will be my feeding frame. when I feed them eggshell, you know, any bits and pieces, sprouted seed, any vegetables, I'll bring the frame out here, feed them on that, and then put it out of the way when it's not in use, back in the corner over there. And hopefully that'll get the birds trained that when I bring this platform out, there's something here for them, so they'll get the idea. So if I start feeding live food or anything like that, they'll get the idea to come and feed when it's moved out here. And then I'll put it away. That can stay in the corner for now. Rat cage for vermin, I've got to get some baits for that, but keep it out of the way. In the mulch here, there's quite a bit of charcoal, which the birds do enjoy, but I didn't want to just feed it to them. I'd like the idea of them having to scratch around and find things in the mulch. Yeah, they'll also find you know, small insects, etc. in there, worms that they can eat. So that's my aviary. I'm planning on probably 4 pairs of birds. As I said, I've got the pair of zebra finches up here now. Oops, I've just kicked the perch over. So I've just got the 2 zebras at the moment. There's Xavier down on the branch there, and Zoe up in the tree. And let me just repair my perch here. But I'm thinking of adding a pair of star finches, a pair of Gordian finches, and a pair of painted finches, and that'll be enough for this aviary. And any breeding that happens, I'll pull the babies out and probably sell them. I don't want to overcrowd the aviary at all. I want to keep it nice and open, and the plants probably won't like having too many birds in here either. They'll tend to get a bit damaged if there's too many birds. I can always pull these plants out though. They're all potted plants. Apart from what's planted in the aviary, I'll keep plants in pots so I can move them out as much as possible. Here's my little guys. I'll try and move in without spooking them. Bought these from a pet shop, and they're really quite tame. I'm not even 1 foot away from them, and they're quite happily just sitting there watching me. Oh, there goes Xavier now. Oh, he's back. Beautiful little birds. He's not quite sure of me. And there's Zoe sitting up. There she is. There's a better shot. There they are. Trying to move very slowly so as not to spook them. And I won't get any quail at this stage. Not that I don't like quail. It's more I don't want any ground birds in here because my dog quite likes the idea of small animals. You can actually see her over there staring at the rabbits that we've got. She'd love to get in and make mincemeat of rabbits or quail, so no quail in here for the time being. And I don't know if you can make out, but I've got some heavy gauge wire around the base of the aviary just to keep the dog out. So if you're building an aviary and you think there might be foxes or cats or your own animals that might want to get in, it might be an idea to, you know, toughen up around outside your aviary. But anyway, that's my aviary for now. There'll be changes and improvements, and especially when new birds come in, I'll make another video and an update. But for now, that's it. We'll leave the 2 zebra finches alone in here. Stop pestering them. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you got any advice for me, I'm very much a beginner, although I have kept birds on and off for probably 30 years. I've never really gotten too serious about it, so I really am a beginner at this. But yeah, any advice you might have? Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, I've got a little compost area here, and the idea is you might actually be able to see there's some fruit flies already hanging around it, and the idea is the birds will eat the fruit flies, and that'll also attract worms around under the mulch. I've deliberately hidden the plant pot behind the fern here so it doesn't sit out. Anyway, that's my aviary. There's my birds, and that'll do for now. So cheers guys, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. See ya.